Hello, welcome again to FAIRtax Power Radio. I'm Bob Paxton.
And I'm Ron Molero.
And we are the FAIRtax Guys.
I feel like Killboy.
Plus one.
Plus one.
Plus one. All right. So, what is the plus one here for today?
Well, we're going to play today.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah. So, we got wind of, years ago, we heard about the FAIRtax board game. But, and we actually ordered one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And only one of us here knows how to play it. Is that it?
That's me.
Exactly. And so it never went into production for some reason. There were a couple of pre-production copies. Randy got a hold of one, Randy Fisher, who's a board member of the national group, Americans for Fair Taxation, and he's a board member here in Florida too. So he gave it to us, and my dear wife has spent time learning how to use it. It's kind of like the game of life.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Not Monopoly. You're not running around buying stuff, trying to put everybody else. You're just trying to exist.
It's part of it. It's part of life.
So anyways, so we thought, hey, that even though you can't buy it, and we need to make that clear, you cannot buy this game right now. It's too bad because
we need to find someone to mass produce it.
Yeah, because I think it's a neat game.
This is what it looks like, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Excellent.
why don't you take it away, hon, and tell us all about.
Okay.
Hang on, before we get going,
Yeah.
I found something really good on Congress.gov.
Yes.
Oh, yes,
Congress.gov.
definitely.
We
Go for it.
got to do our update on Congress.gov to start it. Of course, they're on recess now.
Yeah.
So the number of changes has not changed a great deal. As of we're recording this, it's 1,018 hits if you search on Internal Revenue Code in their search box. But I knew this was coming. Yeah. Someone has finally introduced something. This is H.R. 4151, the Undocumented Taxpayers Opportunity Act of 2019.
Oh, Lord. Here we go.
Okay, we can play the game now.
I don't want to.
Yeah, enough. It's just, they never.
The
Congress,
insanity that Congress does with the tax code is just it's insane.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's supposed to be there to collect taxes. They use it for everything they can think of. So, and the only way to fix that is the FAIRtax.
It is FAIRtax.
Okay. We have now the official FAIRtax game,
okay,
which was
let's
produced.
Figure out how this works.
Tell us about it.
I really can't show you the board. It looks something like this. It's on the inner circle, that's the income tax line, and on the outer circle, that's the FAIRtax line.
Yeah, I'll put up a cutaway of the board.
I'm going to put that over there out of the way.
Yep.
Okay, how's this going to work?
Each player determines whether or not they're going to be on the FAIRtax route or if they're going to be on the income tax route. And no matter how many people play this,
up to six.
Somebody up to six. At least one person has to be on the income tax loop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay? Just to show the difference. You get little guys, cute little guys.
All right.
I'll put that over there.
We don't need no stinking directions.
No, we don't need no stinking directions.
Yeah,
We got Monopoly money. This is fun.
Oh, that's better than Monopoly. That's actually got dead presidents' pictures on it.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
But each player gets $2,500, so they start on the even scale.
Okay.
All right? But we all know that there is a big deficit in the government. So consequently, we have to show that. So by using these chips, each one is anywhere from 500 to, I think it's 6,000.
Wow. This is a $6,000 chip. Okay.
We are already in debt, in deficit, $160 per person that's playing the game.
How much?
$160,000.
Oh, 160,000?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. And we get $2,500. We're in debt.
Per person.
$160,000.
That's where we are today.
Okay.
Under the income tax, the default is 20%. Okay.
Tax
Tax rate. Okay.
The tax rate. However, as you play the game, there are certain things that you might land on that will increase the tax. So the little tax man here
oh, mercy.
comes and sits on whatever the income tax increase is, and it goes up by 10% each time. So you can go up to 30, 40,
30, 40.
50, all the way up to 80% And some people say, well, wait a minute, nobody would get 80% of your taxes.
That's AOC territory.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems to me we have heard about that
Yeah.
in the news.
And if you remember, at one point, the tax rate on the wealthy was actually 90%.
Yeah,
So imagine only bringing home 10% of your paycheck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to make $10 to keep one. That's insane.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we start out with 20%. Each little guy gets placed on their, where is that? Right here.
The
start.
Okay.
Each player gets $200 every time they pass the
Payday.
payday
Okay.
square. And you have dice to roll. Let's put this out of the way,
Okay.
because I'm not going to use the money. So as you're going along, let's say the income tax guy is going to be the first one to go. And we got 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it says life.
That's 7.
Oh, 7, excuse me. Well, he didn't land on anything important, so we won't do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Now you
10,
said
11,
something
12.
about doubles. That's double 6.
Right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
If you land on a double, whether it's double 6, double 1s, double 4s, whatever, you have a choice. You can take some of your hard-earned money and voluntarily bring down the deficit by putting it in savings.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Or you can roll
I
again.
found later on, as the game progresses,
Yeah.
it's very difficult to bring that down if you're on the income tax side.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right, let's say there's life. You landed on a life. You pull out a life card. You have to buy groceries. You
This
have
is
to
the
pay.
FAIRtax player.
This is the FAIRtax player. You have to pay $300. Now, if the guy on the income tax line had landed on life and drawn this car, he would have had to pay $330. Why? Because of embedded costs and the fact that he is buying it with less money because he's had to pay his payroll taxes.
Post-tax
Oh,
money.
yeah.
So it actually cost him $330, where it only cost the FAIRtax guy $300
For the same groceries.
for the same groceries.
All right. So the income tax guy landed on what?
He landed on nothing, so he was
Oh.
safe for that
Now, you
particular.
said something
You're lucked
earlier
out.
about having to decide whether you're an employee or an employer.
That's
What's that all
correct.
about here?
In the very beginning, thanks again. At the very beginning, you have to choose whether you're an employer or an employee, because things do change if you are an employer or employee.
Okay. You own the business. Or
But once you decide you're an employee, you cannot become an employer or vice versa. So you have to stick with it once you make your mind.
Okay.
Okay? Well, let's roll again. That's 6. This is the tax guy, the income tax
Tax
guy.
guy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, he got a life card. Let's see what this one says. Your roof needs repair. Roll the dice and pay the amount times 100. So
So he would have
that
to,
was 1. So he actually has to pay $1,000 out of his money, and it goes to the bank. Okay? Fun?
Wow.
Yeah. Suddenly, his $2,500 is starting to dwindle, isn't it?
Absolutely.
All right.
3.
1, 2, 3. Economic recovery.
Ah.
Corporate and capital gains. If you're a business, you made a profit, you have to pay capital gains, or you get capital gains, that's $500. As an employee, you sold some property, capital gains comes in, you get $200. Now, suddenly I'm already up and income tax is down.
Yeah.
All right?
Big surprise there.
Yeah.
Big surprise. And it goes, oh, we got
There's
another.
another double.
Oh.
Do you think he can afford to send money to the deficit and pay off some of the deficit?
Well, that's a tough choice.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oop, he's safe.
Free parking.
Free parking. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Government.
What's that?
Government. Well, let's see
So he
what the
pulls out of
government.
government.
This is the government card. Oh, look at this. Government spending.
Oh, mercy.
Directly to the deficit. If you're a business, you have to put in $1,000
of your
If
cash.
you're an employee, you put in $500. So all of a sudden, I just went down $500, and it went directly into the deficit box.
Oh boy. Wow.
All right, here goes the income tax guy again. 1, 2, 3,
No,
4.
that's the FAIRtax.
Whoops.
Well, we got to keep
Sorry.
you straight here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What am I doing?
I don't know.
9.
Ooh,
You
taxes.
just went by the payday
and you
thing.
passed
I
payday.
pass payday. I get $200. But I'm the income tax guy, so I have to take 20% out of that $200. So I don't get $200.
You get 180.
I get $180. But
which
I landed on taxes. Let's see what this says. Ooh, the death tax. If I were a business, I would pay $300 and I'd lose a term.
Lose a term.
If I was an employee, I would pay $100 and lose a term. Now, out of that $180 I just got for my pay, I have to give back $100 because of the death tax.
Now, note that there are none of those tax spaces on the FAIRtax route. You
Yeah,
don't
well,
land
there
on
is
any of
not.
those.
Why
if
is
you're
that,
an outer
Bob?
loop. That's an important point
That
there,
is a
guys.
Yeah.
very important point, yes.
Yep.
So for the
Interesting.
FAIRtax, you pay your tax at the cash register, and that's it. No death tax,
Yep.
no corporate income tax, no capital gains tax, none of that garbage applies to the FAIRtax. Go ahead.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, you got 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm on another
Oh, you're
side.
on free parking
I'm on
again.
a free parking again. Boy, this is good.
And you got a second roll because he lost a
Oh,
term.
he lost a term. You're right. He did. He lost a term because of taxes.
That 7 is
So-
yours. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Ooh, economic growth.
Economic growth.
Economic growth.
That's what this is. Okay, as a FAIRtax supporter, business receives $300 and employees receives $100. Now, if by chance the income tax guy had landed on economic growth, the business would only receive $150, not $300. And the employee would only receive $20 and not $100. Why? Taxes!
I don't think I like that interview.
Yeah.
We'll play just a little bit more and then we'll just call it quits. Oh, there's 6.
There's your doubles again. You're gonna reduce the
Yeah.
deficit.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, tax adjustment. Remember this little guy, the little tax guy?
Oh, so now he goes up
Suddenly, you're now paying 30% income tax.
Congress is in session. Taxes are up. You're having way too much fun.
This
here.
thing out. Oh, I got an 8.
You got
All
another
right.
double.
You got doubles again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I passed my payday,
So you get,
so I get $200.
and no taxes are taken out.
And no taxes are
because
taken
there's
out.
no payroll taxes under the FAIRtax.
And I've got a double, so I can, if I want, I can
Reduce.
take some of my deficit and put it in savings.
Oh,
Okay? I can buy anywhere from 50 or 500 to 6,000.
You got 6,000. You ain't got $6,000.
No, I haven't got $6,000. But let's say I decided $500.
Okay.
I'll pay out my deficit. I give the $500 to the bank. I take it out of deficit and put it into savings.
okay.
Okay?
All right. But the point is that under the FAIRtax, we will have the possibility of paying down the deficit.
That's right. You
Because-
have more money in your pocket.
Yeah.
You have a much better buying power than
Yeah.
you do under the income tax.
And the more people spend under the FAIRtax, the more revenue the government gets. Now, the challenge will be under the fair tax is to keep our Congress critters from spending all this extra cash they're going to get.
Good luck.
I mean, that's truly a concern. I mean, they have the habits from the last 100 years of just spending crazily. I mean, look at that proposal that Bob had on Congress.gov. All right, so that is going to be a challenge, but it's a challenge we readily accept. Okay, let's have the fair tax. Let's pass the fair tax, and then we'll keep our eyes on Congress so they don't go crazy with all this newfound wealth, which is our money. Okay,
And actually, it'll be easier to keep track because right now the government has two main goals. Let's say
two main functions.
Functions.
Yeah.
That's a better word. One is to collect taxes, and one is to spend them.
Yeah.
Now, if we take away this collection process of the income tax where they're manipulating it constantly, as Congress.gov proves,
Yeah.
if we take that away, the only thing they can play with is the spending side.
All right.
So it's going to be much more out in the open. People are going to see that a lot easier. It's going to be more transparent, and that's when we can really start cracking down on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, now I'm the income tax, or no, I'm the fair tax guy, right?
No, we're the FAIRtax Guys.
All right, I rolled a 7.
You teed that up way too nicely.
Oh, let me see. Income tax or economic growth reduce deficit. I got this little black thing.
Yeah.
4.
So
$4,000 comes out of my deficit
and goes,
and goes into
savings.
savings.
Wow.
And that does not exist on the income tax path,
That
does
does not exist on the income tax path. No.
it? Yeah, you got the one that says government spending increases the deficit
Yeah,
on the
that's
income
right.
tax side.
Yep. At the same position. Yeah. On the fair tax side,
This one.
economic growth. And on the income tax track, it's tax year, lose a turn.
That might not be a bad thing if they keep taking it from you at every turn.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, losing a turn on the income tax track is a good
It's a
thing
good
because
thing.
you're getting hammered every time you move.
Every time you make a move, you get clobbered.
And so the income tax kind of what's the word I want? It right. Anyways, I'm sorry,
You get
I'm having
the general
a brain fart
idea.
here.
Yeah.
But anyways, it does
Senior
not
moment.
give you the incentive to earn more, because when you earn more, you're going to get taxed more, and that's what's happening on this inside income tax.
You got another government card.
I got
there.
another government card.
Oh,
I
good for
landed on
you.
another government card.
And what's
This
this
one says compliance costs,
Whoa.
accountants fees.
We've talked about that here on FAIRtax Power Radio.
Oh yeah.
Business pays $500. If you're an employee, you pay $200.
So that goes from your savings to the
Your
bank. or
savings to the bank. You got it. Yep.
something?
Because it's no longer there for you to spend.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
7. Lucky 7.
I had another life card.
This
Oh,
is
let's see
the
what
FAIRtax
this
guy
says.
getting a
This
life
is
card.
the whoops. This is the fair tax guy. Inheritance.
Ooh, yeah.
All right. I received $500.
Yeah.
But if you're
Now,
in the
if
income
I had
tax
been
path,
on the income tax, I would have received $500 minus the now 30%.
That's right. Which would have been $150 out of you got $350 instead of. Ooh, doubles
Ooh,
again.
double.
Doubles again. This
1,
is
2, 3,
the income
4.
tax guy.
Oh, no, wait a minute.
10.
No, it's not the income tax guy. It's this guy. He landed on the government card.
Oh, okay.
So he.
So this is.
So you lose.
I'm getting confused here, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well,
Economic growth.
That's that one.
This one.
Okay.
Yeah. Economic growth from investments. Business receives $500. Employee receives $200.
that's for the fair tax.
That's for the fair
track.
tax guy. Now, suddenly, if this had been on economic growth and he pulled this card from the income tax line, the business would have received $250. and the employee would have received $100.
Yeah.
Why?
So the
Because of income tax.
FAIRtax guy gets twice as much.
Yep.
Y'all
Yep.
get the idea here yet?
It's much harder to grow the economy with the income tax than it is with the fair tax. The fair tax unleashes the economy. It lets people go to work and it lets Americans go to work and do what they do best. Work hard and create jobs. Sustain business, grow business, and create more jobs. That's what the fair tax does. Over $20 million worth of research shows us this, okay? But the game is showing us that under the income tax, we're restrained because the income tax harms the economy, all right?
Yes.
Rule double, do you think we can bring down the deficit at all?
That's up to you.
What do you think? We got it.
Which track are you?
That was the income
you're,
tax guy.
You're on the no. That's the.
Oh, no, that's
the FAIRtax guy, right? Okay.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it's the fair tax guy.
Well, if the FAIRtax guy can afford it, yes.
Yeah,
no
the fair tax guy can afford it. So we'll take it out of deficit. We'll put it in the savings.
Okay, now it's his turn, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now I just passed payday.
$200.
$200
minus
now 30%, which is what, about $135?
No, well, 30% of 200 is 60.
So $140, roughly. Roughly.
Then you get the life card.
And we get a life card. Let's see what that says. Well,
That one's blank.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, that's good. If it's blank like that, you don't have to do anything.
No harm, no foul.
No harm, no foul. This is fine.
Oh, so the income tax guy lucked out this time.
He
got a
lucked
break.
out.
Because they usually get hammered by life.
Yes, he does. For the
Doubles.
income tax.
And you can roll doubles again. What is it with you and doubles?
I don't know. I'm just lucky, I guess.
She must be a backgammon player where
yeah.
doubles really does you good.
Inventory increases.
Wait a minute, you're on economic recovery, not economic growth.
That's
here.
right.
That's
Sorry.
this one.
Oh, economic. Yes. All right. Business receives $150 because of economic recovery. Employee receives $20. So I just got some more money, guys.
So the fair tax guy gets all of that.
All of it.
Had it been the income tax guy,
We would have taken 30% out.
minus 30%.
I don't see any economic recovery spaces on the income tax track.
Well, I see
Economic growth
That's
affects
about
it.
it.
Yeah, I'm looking at the green one, the economic recovery. There aren't any green ones in the middle.
Huh.
Well, that's
funny
because
thing
it's
about that
very, yeah,
It's very
very
difficult.
difficult under that. Okay. Which one am I now? I'm the.
I don't know, but you got about 8 minutes left.
Well, I tell you what. Let's just say.
Yeah, let's go
just
through a
say
few of
some of
these.
these. This is the taxes. You roll the dice. Business pays the amount on the dice
Times 100.
times 100,
So you roll the black one.
employees
$600
are 10 times.
or 60.
So the employee pays $60. The business pays $600.
Yeah.
Okay. So I played this game for about an hour and a half, just rolling dice and just having a good time. This little tax guy was all the way up to 70%.
Yikes!
My deficit had gone down by quite a bit. The income tax guy's deficit, as you can see, did not go down at all.
No savings.
No savings at all.
He still had all
If
the
you run
deficit.
out of money, because in here in life and so forth, there's be like, you have to buy a new car or have to repair the roof, so it's $1,000 or whatever.
Yeah, the hurricane's coming.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. As we
So if
record
you-
this, the Hurricane Dorian is on its way.
So
By
let's
the
say
time
you
this airs, it'll be gone, though. So
let's say you had to pay for a new roof because the hurricane hit. Insurance won't pay for it. You got to pay $1,000 deductible. Anyway, so you don't have $1,000. Well, you can go to the bank, and on this little ledger, you can borrow money. Okay? Or if you have extra money and you decide you want to put some in savings, they have a savings ledger. By the time I finished this, after about an hour and a half, as I said, the deficit had come down. The income tax guy had about $60 worth of spending money. The FAIRtax guy had like $1,200 of spending money.
Wow.
The income tax guy had borrowed almost $4,000
Yikes.
to pay bills and taxes from the bank. And the FAIRtax guy had managed to stack away almost $2,000 in savings, of which is not taxed.
Yikes.
So it may not be completely and totally accurate,
Yeah.
but
it's
it
fun.
gives you, it's fun, and it gives you the visual concept of how over a short period of time the FAIRtax is so much better than the income tax. So it's a really fun game.
All right.
I really wish they'd put it in.
We'll have to play this for real before
Yes.
Randy takes it back.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this
you want to hit PopVox real quick before we
Yes.
have to leave
Yep.
the air today.
Okay, popvox.com, popvox.com. We neglected to mention this in the last couple of episodes. It's a website that you can go to and you can search out any pending legislation, or even if it was recently passed, to have it on here and it'll give all kinds of information. I just happened to look up HR 25, the FAIRtax Act
Just
of
happened,
2019. Yeah. Okay. And my internet is a little slow today, but anyways, it was introduced by Rob Woodall, supported. It's got what you can do, and we encourage you to go to PopVox. You have to sign in with your name and your address, because then it knows what congressional district you're in, and it knows who your representative is and your 2 senators. Because when you, for instance, you go to HR 25 and you look it up, and hopefully you would write a note of support. You would click support. Okay, and when it does that, it gives you the opportunity to make some comments. You don't have to, but it gives you the opportunity to make some comments. I support HR 25, FAIRtax Act, because it'll do this and so forth. It'll spur the economy and it's more fair, whatever. Whatever trips your trigger, okay? Those notes will go to your representative and your 2 senators, and you'll get, I take that back, HR 25 is in the House, so it'll go to your representative. And we don't yet have a bill in the Senate as of this recording, but you can go to the Senate version of the FAIRtax as soon as it's introduced, and you can do the same thing. All right, from PopVox, they send it to your representative, they send it to your senators, and it gets posted on here, and we can see that, and we need your help to get this. 427 people have weighed in. Now, considering the country is over 300 million people, this is kind of pitiful. So we really need your help. Go on to popvox.com. It's absolutely free. Search out HR 25 and please, put show that you're supporting it. However, the good thing is that out of the 427 people have weighed in on the FAIRtax, 420 support it. 7 people do not. And usually when you look at the comments, and it's hard to find somebody who doesn't support it, but if you do, you'll find they usually say, well, it's a sales tax and it's regressive.
Right,
okay?
hurt the poor.
Which means they don't understand it, all right? Because we know, because of the prebate, it's not regressive. And or sometimes they'll say, well, it's not 23%, it's 30%. It's the same amount of money.
It's just semantics.
23% inclusive or 30% exclusive, and so forth.
Now, that's a 98.3% support rate over there.
Is that right?
I just calculated.
Wow.
Yes.
98. So,
You think
the FAIRtax
think the
is
Congress
enjoying-
critters would pass something that 98% of the people are in favor of?
Yeah. Well, and especially since we have 30, I can't remember,
36?
35 or 36 sponsors and
Something.
co-sponsors in the House.
It doesn't say
And
so right there.
when they passed that IRS reform back in July, the president signed it July 1st, they only had 28 co-sponsors. And they put the thing through the House and had the president sign it in less than a month. So they can do it. We talked about this in a previous episode. So anyways, popvox.com is a good one.
And also, if you hear of another tax system, another tweaking
Oh, yeah.
to the income tax, you can go on PopFox and say why it's not a good idea, why
Yeah,
you
that's
would
right.
prefer to have.
You want to tweak the income tax?
Yeah.
Come on. There it goes.
There we go. That's it.
That's the income tax.
That really made a big difference,
And they
didn't
might
it?
actually do that as well.
Woo! You think so?
Wow.
So
Yeah.
they redid the income tax in 1986 when President Reagan was in office. So in 1986, that block was solid colors on all sides. Then there was
Well,
a
it was
change.
sort of
Then there
like
was
this.
another change. Then there was another change.
Yeah.
This is the flat tax.
Which gets changed into that over time.
Yeah,
no doubt.
very quickly.
Very
The
quickly.
lobbyists love the idea of the flat tax because they get start all over again. But then there's the fair tax.
This little guy.
Yeah. So, yep. So, anyways, the FAIRtax logo store, let me do a quick update. One nice thing, I don't know if you noticed, these nice tumblers. All right? That's a nice glass with the FAIRtax logo on it. That's
really
what you
good
need in
with a
your
lot of
house. You
cheer
need,
wine in it.
you need
Yeah.
a set of eight of those. Yeah? Okay?
This is my cheer wine,
Which also has the FAIRtax logo on it.
Yeah.
which they can't have because they have trouble shipping these things. The handles break off. So
Yeah. Yeah.
you can get the glass.
But we can
there.
still get the glasses. Yeah.
But they have the glasses, they have travel mugs, they have all kinds of things.
All sorts of
They have
things.
campaign buttons. All right, she always has one or two of these on the strap of her purse, and these do attract attention.
Yes, they do.
Yep, we've gotten some good volunteers because they saw this. Oh, tell me about the fair tax, And next
And
thing
if you do put them on your strap of your purse, I suggest having two. That way, if somebody stops and says, "What's the fair tax?" you can give them a button to wear.
good idea.
Because they'll want one after they understand it.
That's
right.
correct.
That's right. And you already saw our scrolling banners. Try not to hide my wife here. All right. These things are great. You can sneak them into a town hall, and then. Mr. Congressman, why aren't you a co-sponsor? Okay. There's lots of things. There's shirts, there's hats, there's jackets, all kinds of things. These palm cards. Good information on the front and back, websites on the back and so forth. You can buy a packet of them. All right, I don't know if this shows up in the glare, but anyways, lots of good stuff. FAIRtaxLogoStore.org. FAIRtaxLogoStore.org. So go there and show off your support for the fair tax. And what else?
Eventually, if somebody will have to mass produce, whoever owns the copyright on this needs to find somebody to
Yeah.
mass produce it there.
Yeah,
'Cause
maybe.
then we could have that in the logo store.
Maybe with this episode, we can encourage the national group to
Yeah, that would be
think
good.
about this again, because I
Yes,
think this is a good idea.
Maybe
It's a lot of fun.
Maybe there's somebody out there watching the program that has the resources to make this happen. So
There you
can
go.
Get called to AFFT. They can get you the rights you need to it to
And
work
the
on it.
fair tax supporter who did this, thank you. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So I wish they were available, but maybe we can make
Yeah.
it so.
That's what I wanna do with a tax man.
We'll just have to share this episode far and wide, so the AFFT is forced into produce these. Okay, there'll be such a groundswell of support for the fair tax game. All right.
We're over time, lots of guys.
I bet Jade could really have some fun with this.
Oh yeah, he'd have a lot
Yeah,
of fun.
yeah.
Sitting there with his kids, you can really teach your children
Indeed.
exactly what the fair tax and the income tax does.
Right. Well, so okay. I'm trying to read you. Okay, we're done.
We're done.
Okay.
We're over 30 minutes.
We're over 30 minutes.
Yeah,
Okay, so
so-
we'll say thank you for watching FairTax Power Radio. Share the video. Get a hold of us at the FairtaxGuys@gmail.com or leave us a comment on our Facebook page. Until next time, I'm Bob Paxton.
And I'm Ron Malero.
And you are...
I'm Elaine Malero.
We are the FairTax Guys Plus One, reminding you that the fair tax is the only truly fair tax. And once you understand it,
You'll
You will
demand
get
it.
Yep.
Thank you.
The FAIRtax is a tax replacement plan where we take all the federal income taxes, including corporate, personal, gift, and estate taxes, and replace them with one national consumption tax on new purchases, above the poverty level only. This form of consumption tax comes with no exceptions and is progressive, not regressive. The poor are not paying more, and the rich are not paying less. What makes it progressive is that all Americans are untaxed up to the poverty level via the prebate, much like your standard tax deduction. The taxes are collected by retail businesses at state level, so the system is more accountable. The IRS is done away with, and you have control over your money and what the overall tax rate your household pays. The fair tax is revenue neutral, so the government receives the same amount of money as they do now, and it's fair because you decide what's fair, not them. To learn more, visit FAIRtax.org and be sure to like us on social media to help educate your friends and spread the word.